Here are two Marvin window fans. These are the same model fans, but they're in different colors. This one is more of a green color. And this one is kind of a pale, like a tan kind of color. It's the model 282, type 2. And this one is the model 282, perhaps type 1. I'm not really sure how many different colors these came in. I think these are the only two because I've seen quite a few of these, and these are the only two colors that I have ever seen them show up in. I am quite fond of these fans. They move an incredible amount of air for the size of the unit, especially compared to using something like the Holmes HAWF 2021. These are probably 2 or 3 times over the airflow of those, and I don't think that they're much louder. I like the design on these. They're very simple. They're kind of industrial looking, which I like. And they're a little bit of a pain to service. That's not super easy, but you know, they're not bad fans for being the cheap of the day, especially. They do have some cheap components to them. This one has experienced a failure. There's no, I don't think that there ever was. It doesn't seem like it's just deteriorated. There's no strain relief here where it goes into the cord, or into the switch. And so over time this just frays and then it shorts out. Had that happen at this one. It shorted and blew up when I went to turn it on once. So I had to repair that. It's a 3-position switch. It says low, medium, and high, which is kind of a joke because the low is like the left fan, the medium is the right fan, and then high is both. Really, it's a 2-speed at most, and even that's kind of like saying it's reversible. The other one is just on and off, and I have not added anything to the cord here. I could tell it's getting flaky. I should really take that apart and put some hot glue on there to keep it in place. I kind of already told the story about these fans on the previous video of the larger one, so I don't want to spend too much time going through it again. If you want to hear the story on why I like these so much, you can hear parts of that story in the video I did a couple days ago on the 210 model. Alright, so I'll plug these things in now. We're testing at 120.6 volts. These are rated at 0.7 amps per motor, so 1.4 amps per fan. And I'm very intrigued to see what the draw is because compared to the larger model, the 210, these run significantly faster and the blades are a fair bit smaller. I think they're only a 6-inch, or maybe an 8. They're about 7-inch, and the other one is 10. That's a pretty big difference, and there's a huge difference in the RPMs. So I remember these run pretty hot, and I don't recall the 210 running very hot. So I kind of think that the 210 may be a better match as far as the blades and the motors go. Let's take off. Let's turn this one on. The bearings on these fans are pretty cheap. I have not serviced either of these yet for the year or so. They could be all squeaky and locked up, I don't know. That one actually sounds pretty healthy. And it's moving a tremendous amount of air. It is pulling 1.45 amps. So that's odd. It actually is drawing more power than the larger one. Huh. I suppose these blades could have more pitch, but it doesn't really look like that much. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like anymore. Huh. Maybe we have to do a blade swap on these one day with the bigger one and see if the performance follows the blade or it just... Maybe the motors are different. I don't look it to me, but who knows. So these move a tremendous amount of air. Really exceptional airflow. Look at that. And of course, being a smaller fan, the volume, the CFM movement, is not going to be as high as other fans that are larger. But I think for the size, this is probably the most powerful window option you can get by far. I think this definitely pushes the most air for the fan this size. And I don't think that it's really any louder than the Home's plastic fans. In fact, I think it may be even a little bit quieter. If nothing else, the sound it makes is a lot less annoying. This is a fairly pleasant, ignorable sound. So it's down to 1.38 amps, so it's operating within within spec. The watts is 117, and the power factor is 0.69. And now I'll get people in there, duh, it's inefficient. Duh. Well, guess what? The stinking Home's dual 2021 fan uses a shaded pole motor too, so it's just as bad. Alright, we'll off this now. And actually the bearings seem pretty happy for sitting for that long. Not bad. Alright, so let's move over to the next one. The green one. I don't know if this one has just not been used as much, but it's much sturdier on the stand. This one is kind of wobbly. Oh, is this one locked up? Here the blade's moving pretty free on that one. I don't know. I don't think I've ever cleaned or serviced this one. It's pretty dirty. I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Hopefully the switch doesn't blow up. We'll start it up on low. Yeah, it don't sound like it's running as fast. You know what? I'm mistaken. This must have been the one that I used a lot because the switch broke and I remember it breaking, so this must have been the one that I used in the bedroom for a while. So that one fan is 0.71 amps, so it's pretty much right on spec. 74 the watts and a power factor of 0.86, which is super high for a shaded pole. Let's see what the... Ooh, yeah, that don't sound good at all. Huh, okay, let's try the other fan. Yeah, it's running slow too, so this one definitely needs some oil. It's picking up speed. And this one is 0.73 amps, 77 the watts, and a power factor of 0.86, which is still very high for a shaded pole. Yeah, the bearings in this one are not happy. Alright, here's both fans. That's a very distinct sound these make, that startup clank. Sometimes when they get real dry, they just make that sound constantly as they run. Alright, that's pulling 1.43 amps, 121 the watts, and a power factor 0.7. I'm not sure why the power factor is so different compared to the other one. It's running pretty good though. It's feeling relatively balanced. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, the bearings need oil in that one, but that's no surprise. It's been sitting for a while. Alright, now we'll turn them both on at the same time. I'll put both of them on all the way, so all 4 fans. Here we go. I don't know if you can tell in the video or not. I don't know how good the stereo pickup on this really is, but the fan on the right is running quite a bit faster. The one on the right is drawing 1.4 amps. The one on the left is drawing 1.38 amps. In the same order, we have 116 watts versus 117 watts. And also in the same order, we have a power factor of 0.69 and 0.71. Very powerful.